Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha Namaskaram Pranams. Till the last episode, we all enjoyed the various sevas, utsavams for Thirumala Malayappa Swami. We enjoyed the Brahmotsavam in particular with so much glare and festivities. From this week, we are starting with the various happenings, incidents, people involved in the activities of Thirumala from those days till now. This week's episode will cover the Acharya Bhashyakarur Ramanujacharya and the Thirumala Jiyengar Swami, who comes in Embarmanar's lineage. Tandri Prakarsha Mathurasvanaya Vipancha Gayatyananda Charitam Davanaratopi Bhasha Samakramasakrita Karashararamyam Sheshadrishekara Vipo Davashuprabhatam. Hey, Lord of the Seven Hills, the ruler of this whole universe, the beautiful songs with beautiful melodious instruments, the Mathura music, such nectar emerges from the Narada, singing about all your deeds. He dances with his instruments in hand, with his abhinaya, explaining your charitam, your stories, your excellent deeds and the manifestations you went into to protect the people and the dharma. There is no limit for your endless stories which goes on and on. Such beauty, such elegance, such bhava, bhakti and rasa carried out by none other than the sage Narada. He says, Davashuprabhadam to you. Hey Paramatma, hey Narayana, we all hearing your endless excellent stories by Narada are enthralled in his nectar music and immersed in the stories he says, sings, explaining your marvelous deeds. We all salute you with both our raised hands over our heads, saying, Tava Shuprabhadam to you. This episode, let us start during the time of Bhagavat Acharya Ramanuja. Our Venkatesha Perumal had a very good friend in him, the Thondaman Chakravarti, the king. They used to meet daily for discussions. Once on such a day, the king was worried about his enemies, and the Venkatesha Perumal, the Srivaru, gave him his discus, the Sudarshana, personally, to get rid of his enemies. Now there came a confusion during the period of Bhagavat Ramanuja about who resides in the Thirumala hills. Everyone decided to accept the decision of the Acharya. Bhashyakaru very well knows about the discourse given to the king. In order to re-establish the faith in the Sheshadri Vasha, Ramanuja, the incarnation of Adishesha that night, took the form of a snake, entered the sanctum sanctorum, and fixed a discus, the Sudarshana Chakra, and a conch on either side, either arms of the Perumal. Since he is the one who gave Perumal the Shangu Chakra Mudra that's given by Acharya to a Sri Vaishnava, from that day onwards, Ramanujacharya is considered and called as the Acharya of Perumal himself. In Tamil, we used to say, Appanukku Shangu Aali Alitha Vallal. Beauty therein. Now let us come to today, Periyajiyar and Chinnajiyar Mutt in Thirumala. Ramanujacharya visited Thirumala 3 times in his lifetime. First, he presented with the Shanku Chakra, that is the conch and the discus. The second time when he visited, he constructed or developed the 4 Mada streets around the temple to conduct the perfect festivals and processions. He laid the procedures to be followed and a proper itinerary for the Brahmotsavams too. During his 3rd visit, he constructed the Govindaraja temple in Tirupati down the hills. Ramanujacharya established the Periyajiyar Mutt in the year 1057, at least more than 1000 years before. Sri Thiruvenkata Ramanuja Pedda Jiyengar was the first pontiff of the Mutt established by Emperor Manar. Manavala Mamani too served in the same capacity in the year 1503 for a period of over 3 years. It was during his regime that the Chinnajiyar Mutt was established and a junior pontiff, Chinnajiyengar, appointed to assist the Pettajiyengar Swami. The Jiyar Mutt is considered as the Dharma Karta. The Jiyar is considered the trustee in charge of all the activities of Thirumala hills, the temples. The Jiyar has equal responsibilities over the deities, where he is to look into the properties, the norms, the procedure, the systems, whether they are in order, intact. The main key of the temple is still today held by the Pettajiyengar Swami. The Jiyar Swami has the seal with him embossed with the Hanuman emblem. The duty of the mat starts with the Suprabhata Seva, lighting or pouring oil for the lamps, offering the Tirtham till the Ekanta Seva in the midnight when the temple is closed. Anything entering the sanctum, sanctorium or the Garbhagraha has to be endorsed by the G.A. or his representative, the Ekanki. Now the main Jiyar Satumurai. As said by Andal Nachiyar, Kudi irundu kulirndelor empavai. That is, the Govinda is happy only when his devotees are in unison rendering him his namavalis or his names. This Jiyar Satumurai was established by Ramanujacharya, Emperumanar himself. One can see the accompanying of Sri Vaishnavas with Jiyar Swami approximately 5 a.m. daily morning. The Jiyar or the Ekanki keeps a keen check on Sri Vaishnavas whether they adhere to the norms conforming to the Sri Vaishnava attires. They chant the last two stanzas of Tirupavai, Periyalvar's Tirupallandu and Vadi Thirunamam of Ramanuja. During the Dhanurmasam Margazhi, no Suprabhadam is recited for the Perumal. Instead, Tirupalli Ezhi and Tirupavai in order to establish the importance of Andal Nachiyar. In the Dhanurmasam or the Margazhi Masam, 2 Satumurai, Jiyar Satumurais, that is one by 2 o'clock 2 a.m. and the other by 5 to 6 a.m. approximately is conducted. Also, the Upatesa Rattina Malai that mentions about the birth details of the Alvars and the Asharyans is recited in the Abhigamana Aradhan. In this Satumurai, Tulasi leaves to the lotus feet of Venkateshwara Swami Varu is given by the Jiyar Swami to the Prathana Archaka or the priest of the day, and he adds it to the feet of the Lord, the lotus feet of the Lord. The present Pedda Jiyar is His Holiness Sri Periyakovil Kelvi Appan Sri Shatakopa Ramanuja Jiyangar Swami. The Jiyar is the overseer of all temple activities, agamas, systems and the procedures. With this, we come to the end of this episode. Meet you on next Tuesday in another Thirumala Mahatmyam episode. Akara tattva mashranta matmanam anupachyata atrupta amurta rupaya venkateshaya mangalam. Srimate Nihamanta Mahadeshikaya Namaha.